Imagine walking through a place where time stands still. The streets are eerily silent, the buildings hollow and forgotten, and an unsettling feeling follows you with every step. No tourists come here, and you won't find these towns on any map. These are ghost towns, tucked away in the shadows of the world. Places abandoned long ago, yet still echoing with secrets. What caused entire communities to vanish? Was it a natural disaster, economic collapse, or something far darker, an invisible force that drove everyone away? Stick with us as we explore these abandoned ghost towns you've never heard of and uncover the chilling mysteries within. You'll want to stay until the end, because what we find might make you question whether these places are truly forgotten, or if something is still lurking, waiting to return. What makes ghost towns so mysterious? Every ghost town has a story, and at one point, it wasn't abandoned. These places were once alive, filled with families, bustling streets, and hopeful futures. But something happened, something that made everyone leave, and often they left in a hurry. What could be so terrifying, so unexplainable, that it would cause people to flee and never return? In many cases, ghost towns are the result of economic decline or natural disasters. The gold dries up, a mine collapses, or a fire destroys everything in its path. But in other places, the reason for abandonment is much more unsettling. Local legends speak of curses, hauntings, and bizarre disappearances. Some even say these towns were doomed from the start. What's most disturbing is how these towns remain frozen in time. You'll find dishes still on the tables, clothes in closets, and even newspapers on doorsteps, as if the residents could return at any moment. The silence is deafening, but it feels like you're not alone. You're left wondering, did they really leave, or is something still lurking in these empty streets? Now let's dive into the stories of 3 ghost towns that are far more mysterious and terrifying than you could ever imagine. Garnet, Montana, a town frozen in time. Nestled deep within the rugged mountains of Montana lies Garnet, a once thriving gold mining town. In the late 1800s, fortune seekers flocked to Garnet, lured by the promise of striking it rich. Saloons buzzed with activity, shops were filled with customers, and families built their lives around the town's bustling heart. But like many boom towns, Garnet's prosperity was fleeting. By the early 1900s, the gold was gone, and so were the people. Garnet quickly became a ghost town. But what happened after its abandonment is where the true mystery lies. Visitors to Garnet report hearing strange noises, footsteps echoing down empty streets, disembodied voices drifting through the air, and the eerie sensation of being watched. One visitor described feeling a cold hand brush against their shoulder, only to turn around and find no one there. Others claimed to have seen shadowy figures standing in windows or walking through the old saloon. Could these be the spirits of miners who never struck gold, forever trapped in the town where they lost everything? Local legend tells of a miner named Tom who struck it rich but never got to enjoy his fortune. After a fatal accident in the mines, some say his spirit still wanders the streets, searching for the gold he never found. The legend says that Garnet's ghosts are restless, always searching, never at peace. The haunting energy that hangs over the town makes it feel as though the past is still very much alive. If you thought Garnet was unsettling, wait until you hear about the next ghost town on our list, where a deadly curse has haunted visitors for decades. Bodie, California, the town with a deadly curse. Next, we journey to Bodie, California, a town with a reputation so chilling, it has earned the title of one of the most cursed places in America. In the late 1800s, Bodie was a thriving gold mining town with over 10,000 residents. People from all over the country moved here, hoping to find wealth and fortune. But when the gold ran out, so did the people. Today, Bodie stands as a ghost town, preserved in a state of arrested decay. The buildings remain, but the life that once filled them is long gone. Or is it? Bodie's curse is infamous. Legend has it that anyone who takes anything from the town, a piece of wood, a small rock, even a rusty nail, will suffer terrible misfortune. It's believed that the spirits of Bodie's former residents guard the town fiercely, punishing anyone who dares to disturb their rest. Over the years, countless visitors who took souvenirs from Bodhi have returned them, along with letters describing the terrible luck they experienced. These letters, which can be seen at the Bodhi Museum, tell stories of car accidents, financial ruin, illness, and broken relationships. Some visitors reported feeling as though they were being watched the moment they pocketed an item, only to be plagued by nightmares afterward. The body curse is so feared that many now refuse to take anything from the town. But even if you take nothing, Bodhi's eerie stillness lingers. Visitors describe the town as unnervingly quiet, with a heavy sense of sadness in the air. Walking through Bodhi feels like stepping into a world where the line between the living and the dead is dangerously thin. One visitor, Jane, recounted her experience. "I felt an overwhelming sadness as I walked through the streets. It was as if the town itself was mourning its lost souls." If you thought Bodhi's curse was enough to scare you off, wait until you hear about our final ghost town, a place that has been on fire for over 60 years, Centralia, Pennsylvania. The town on fire. Our final stop brings us to Centralia, Pennsylvania, a place where disaster struck, and it never stopped. Centralia was once a thriving mining town, but in 1962, a fire started in the coal mines beneath the town. What began as a small fire soon spiraled out of control, spreading through the vast network of coal seams beneath Centralia. Efforts to extinguish the fire failed, and within a few years, the ground began to split open, releasing toxic gases and creating deadly sinkholes. The residents were forced to flee, leaving behind their homes, businesses, and everything they knew. Today, Centralia is a ghost town, and the fire beneath it has been burning for over 60 years. Walking through Centralia is like walking through the aftermath of an apocalypse. Smoke rises from cracks in the ground, and the once bustling streets are empty, slowly being reclaimed by nature. The sense of danger is palpable, as if the earth itself is alive, groaning and shifting beneath your feet. What's most unsettling is the silence. With only a handful of residents remaining, Centralia feels more like a ghost town than ever. Visitors often report feeling a sense of dread, as though the town is trying to warn them to leave before it's too late. Some believe that the fire is not just a natural disaster, but a symbol of something more sinister, a town cursed to burn forever. A former resident shared, "The day we left, it felt like the ground was taking our town away. I still hear the whispers of the past in my dreams." This sense of loss and tragedy looms large over Centralia, the haunting isolation of ghost towns. What connects these ghost towns is not just their abandonment, but the sense of isolation that comes with them. Each one was once full of life, but now they stand as eerie reminders of how quickly everything can disappear. As nature reclaims these places, it's easy to forget that people once lived here, built lives here, and then left it all behind. The speed of their decline is perhaps the most disturbing aspect. One day these towns were alive, and the next they were silent. It's almost as if something unseen swept through and wiped them off the map, leaving behind only questions. What really happened? What drove people away? And why do these places feel so haunted? Lessons from abandoned towns. The ghost towns we've explored today offer important lessons. They remind us that prosperity is fragile, and even the most thriving places can fall into ruin. They also show us the power of disaster, whether man-made like Centralia's fire, or supernatural like Bodhi's curse. Finally, they remind us to cherish the present, because everything can change in the blink of an eye. What lies ahead? As we end our journey through these chilling ghost towns, we're left with more mysteries than answers. What other forgotten places hold untold secrets? The world is full of abandoned locations, each with its own dark past, waiting to be uncovered. If you enjoyed this eerie exploration, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the unknown. And here's a question for you. Which of these ghost towns would you dare to visit? Let us know in the comments. Join us next time as we explore even more chilling secrets of the world's forgotten places.